Christmas. Let's get this going. You can lie on your back. Your feet are going to be on the roller if you would like. Your feet are going to be on the roller if you would like. And we're going to start with some bridging. Welcome. Curl up and down. So this will give everybody a chance to come inside, to start waking up. You can be on the roller or you can be on the floor. You're just letting your back wake up, articulation. You're letting your glutes wake up, your hamstrings, inviting movement into the body. Hello, exhale up and down. Good, up. Now, if you want it a little harder, now that we've awakened the legs, point your toes down towards the floor more. That's it, Pam. You'll feel that little difference when you point down towards the floor. A little more. 5, 4. Pointing the toes down towards the floor. 3 if you want more. 2. Now stay up. If you would like more, push your legs away from you, your roller away, and out and in. Out and in. Out and in. The more you try to point your toes down towards the floor, you'll feel that more. Good. And just take 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Now lower your spine and take your hands to your feet. Let's take happy baby and hold. 5. Woo! Hamstrings. This is a great chance to open up those toes. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. We're going to let our feet be like a little table is underneath the calves. You're going to rotate your right shoulder to your left knee and then your left shoulder to your right knee. Exhale, rotate, and then let me just give you some cues while you're continuing. If this is too hard on your neck, try lifting up your shoulder blades a little bit more and using those abs more so your neck is not too far back. Another trick is to use a towel behind your head and let that hands hold on to the side of the towel. Another trick is to leave a pillow under your head so you don't have to lift your head up as much. Otherwise, you're going to pull your belly in. Now let's pull your toes back and do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Hug both legs in and point and flex your feet 10 times and really give them a full range of motion. Really give them a full range of motion. Inhale and then exhale, and we're going to put those feet back down. Now, if you want this harder, you can put more of the ball of your foot down on the roller and curl up. Lift up your right foot, drop that pelvis down and up 10 times. You can also do this on the floor if you want, if you don't have a roller or you don't want to use the roller today. Now we're going to take that other foot down on the roller, pointing down more on the floor if you want it harder. Lift up and down, exhaling every time you lift up. Good. 6, 7. Note to self, don't put lotion on your feet before you do the roller. It makes it harder to hold on to. Feet down, lower, and hands to the inner feet or the inner ankles and let the knees be wider. It's kind of like your little frog or your little butterfly. I like to also use my elbows on the thighs. If that works for you, go for that cue. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take another inhale. And as you exhale, lift up your right leg. You're going to put your hands behind that thigh or that calf. Option, lift up your shoulder blades, and then we're going to add on this little stretch. As we do a hamstring stretch, we're also lowering the other one. You got it. This is called single straight leg stretch. I'm checking your form out. You look good. Toes pointing. And now let's take toes, feel flexing. 10, 9, and look at the belly. It pulls in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest. You can take your legs out like a V. This is another stretch for the inner thighs. Hold. Let me turn sideways a little. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's go ahead and add some ankle rolls. And the other way. And spread out those toes. Good. And spread and spread and spread. Good. And then we're going to bring the legs back in. Put them back on that roller, or you can put them on the floor for the bridge. You're going to curl up. Now we'll take that right leg up in the air and we'll do a heel lower and a point to come up and a heel lower down. This is called leg pull, and up, 3, and up, and 4, and up, 5, 6. You can point those left toes down towards the floor if you want it a little harder. 9, 10. We're going to lower that right foot. The right toes can point down, the left leg's up, and you can do this leg pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now lower your foot, inhale. Now on your exhale, if you would like, stay here, or you can add on those little out and in roller movements. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Lower down. Ooh. All right, now we're going to sneak in. The right leg is up. If you can, reach your 2 fingers to your big toe. And then curl your torso up and take your left leg hovered above the mat. So this is actually a yoga move that we're stretching one leg and then you're lengthening that left leg off the floor and you're pulling your belly in. If that just doesn't work, make it a hamstring stretch and leave your head down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down. Now take your other big toe, hold on to that big toe, extend your right leg, and lift up and hold. 2, 3, 4. Got this nice hamstring stretch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, and 10. Very good. And now we're going to add on. Do you notice how your legs are in? Take a moment to circle those legs, 5 each way, 5 circles, 5 ankle rolls, 5 the other way. And then keep the little cannonball movement you have here. Float the shoulder blades off the mat and lift out your arms and legs and then hug them in. And you can flex your foot and then point your toes, flex your feet and then point your toes. Now you can modify by keeping the head down and going more vertical with the legs and arms, or you can make it harder by having more of a 45-degree angle that your limbs are going away from your belly from. 4, 3, shoulder blades must be off the mat or the neck will start to feel it, so the shoulder blades are up, and then relax. Take one hand to each knee and stir, and then stir the other way. Oh, that feels good today. Good. All right, we're going to go long in the legs. Now, ideally, you have a roller underneath your calf area, but if you don't have a roller, you can use the floor, or if you have a yoga block, you can use that. But basically, I'm going to move my hands so you can see. Lift up your booty and lower. All right, adjust if you need. Lift up your booty and lower. Now, micro bend the knees, lift up your booty. And the reason, keep going, you're going to keep going as I talk for a moment. Your knees will tend to hyperextend here unless you're consciously putting a little flexion in there. Lift up, which is going to make it really hamstringy. And lower, and lift up. You'll feel glutes and hamstrings. And up, exhale, lift. Good stabilization. Up. Now hold. Stay up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower with control as opposed to just flopping down. 2 more sets of that sustain. 10, knees soft. Go up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And lower with control. Now exhale. Go up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Now we're going to take the right leg up in the air. I'm going to just tilt my screen up. If you need a sip, grab it. A little sip of coffee or tea or chai, whatever you have. We're going to do leg circles. Left leg down, right leg up. Draw a circle with your right leg as big as you can maintain your ribs down while you pour your left leg down. And your leg is long unless you need to modify, and then you can just soften one or both knees. 5. Oops, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to go 10 the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Really good. Now let's just go right into the other leg. Go up, circle that leg, ribs down. 2, big circle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to take both legs up, and let's spread those toes before we do that, and then spread, and then spread, and then spread, and then spread, and now add toe crunches. Crunch, crunch. So what you're doing is strengthening your arches. Crunch, crunch, and then spread them out, spread them out, spread them out, and now leave them glued and place your hands beside you like a frame. Circle the legs, and now at neutral or vertical, you're going to go the other direction. Your hands can be beside your pelvis. Your exhale is really a chance to re-invite the abdominals to pull in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. All right, we're going to do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take our hands behind our head, lift up your shoulder blades, up, and your torso, and your sacrum. So what I'm doing is a double crunch. If that's too hard, you could just do the lower half, or you could just do the upper half. You're trying to act like you're a pill bug or a roly-poly bug. Your pubic bone gets closer to your xiphoid process at the lower sternum, and your sternum gets closer to your pubic bone. So you are trying to not kick your legs. You're trying to just use your abs, and you're trying to not flop down. So you're up. Your knees stay the same because really your legs are just a weight here. You're not throwing your legs. You're not kicking your legs. Up. You're landing as smoothly and quietly as you can. 2 more. 1 more. And recover for just a moment. We're going to do a double leg lower. So here's the modification that you have these knee bends, that knees bent, and you just do this tiny little movement with your thighs. The other harder is legs up. You maybe lower your legs. Now what the real classic move is, lift up your shoulders and lower and lift. So you're lowering and lifting. You inhale. Now you're only going as low as you can keep your ribs on the mat. So even though we're moving our legs, get your attention on the ribs and keep them down. Good. belly in. 4, 3. Legs can glue together. That gets some inner thighs. You can also fire up the pelvic floor. 2, the urinary bladder control muscles, and 1. And now, happy baby, hold on to those feet. I like to open up the big toe or pinky toe or both here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we are going to do a couple bicycles. Well, more than a couple. So bicycle your legs and just notice, can you keep the ribs down? If you would like to add on, bicycle all the way up to your booty. I'm going to take my wrap off, but keep going if you'd like. And roll. And up. And roll. And up. Now try riding a tricycle, like your little feet are just so close, the pedals are so close. See if that makes it harder. Yeah. Tricycle, good, Pam. Tricycle, it's harder. All right, now make it a big circus clown bicycle. Big. Big. 2 more. Big. Okay, they're all hard. 1 more. And then have a seat. Woo! When you're up, let's take a little stretch. I'm going to adjust my camera. You can grab a sip, but I just want you to take a chance to release any tension. Good, Jean. Grab a sip. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. You can welcome to sit on a pillow if you need. 5. Good. Good. 4. These are the pectineus muscles, the muscles, the inner thigh that are the small ones that don't cross the knee near the pelvis. 4. And on the 1, let's get up to have some amazing plank time. It's going to be the best time ever. So we're going to turn over and put your toes down. I'm going to tuck in my shit so you can see form. Basically, let's do an establishment of stability, which is one way to say just hold still and plank, and then double check everything is good. So we've got your elbows, they're underneath the shoulders. We've got the shoulder blades flat on the back. We've got the ribs in an appropriate place, they're not drooping. And you've got the legs energized, the heels are straight up and down. Your head would be tempted to drop to the floor, but you've got your ear in line with the shoulder. And Catherine, you might pull your pubic bone under just a little bit, fire up your lower abs just a tiniest bit. Good. See that everything's good. 2. Now, side plank is going to still be static, but we're just going to let one arm be on the mat and one arm on the floor. Elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, head's against an imaginary wall. And act like, so if you feel yourself or you're folded, you're just going to act like you're gently putting yourself in a toaster slot, a bagel slot. Now we're going to transition with core. Basically make sure you're integrated here as you transition other side. Arm up against that toaster slot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to a front plank and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest the pelvis. Now here is Sphinx. But if you'd like to make it harder, pull the belly up and put your hands on the floor. When you're in Sphinx or Cobra, I know it can be tempting to overgrip the glutes, but you just want tone there. You don't want to grip them so hard you're creating tension. Shoulder blades are down the back, elbows point towards the floor. Feel the abdominals lift up. That's one of those cues I have to go through again and again, even in my own practice, so the belly pulls up. Because gravity's trying to pull it down and get in your low back, but you don't want that. Feel that upper back, breathe into that. Feels so good. This is the secret sauce to keeping good posture. One of the secret sauces, but the main one. Now come on down to your elbows again. Now at this point you're in plank. I would like to offer a bonus move of dolphin where you shift your hips back. You like that, you feel that calf stretch? And then go into a plank. Make sure that your pubic bone's pulled under if you know you tend to run lordotic. Press your hips up, you're in dolphin. Now come under to plank, and if you know you'd get lordotic or I've cued you on the low back sway, you want to pull the pubic bone under here. And then lift up into dolphin, pubic bone under, plank. Lower your booty just a little bit, Catherine. Yeah, and then go up. That's it. And down. Good, Shreen, I can see yours. Plank. You should feel your abs. In fact, if you have the ability, take your hand and do this. It should be toned right here. There should not be, that should not be all back. It should be abs here. Now press the hips up. Come into plank. Tone on the abs. Lift up, dolphin, and plank. One more time, press up, good, nice, and then hold the plank, 5, feel the pubic bone, pull under, 4, 3, 2, rest your pelvis. Now this is Sphinx. You're welcome to stay here, or you could put your hands on the floor and come up Cobra, lift the belly, feel the shoulder blades down the back. Elbows point towards the floor. That's going to put your humerus in external rotation. Neck is free. Upper back. You're also just telling your fascia, this is normal for us. We like extensions. We're doing good here. This is how it feels to have an open chest and open heart. Strong back body, open front body, and then lower down. Now we're going to take a side plank, and if you're like me and you want a little more cushion on that forearm, you can double up your mat. Take your arm up. Good. That's great. Now if you'd like to add on, open the, or rotate that torso, and then open, and then exhale, rotate. Your hips stay square, and exhale. Now, as a challenge, lower your hip, go to the other side. We're going to do the other side. You may double up this. Go up. When you're ready, so you're kind of lining up your cues when you get in your side plank. And then, yeah, you might like to double it on that one. And up. And exhale. And your exhale rotates you, and your inhale opens you. When your arm is up, you notice that your ribs might tend to flare, but you're going to maintain some ab tone under the ribs so you don't do that. Your low back should feel good and not more arched than usual. For me, that means tone around my ribs, tone right here above my pubic bone. Inhale, lower with care. Very good. Coming over, elbow. Now this arm's going to go over your ear. This is a possibility. Please do what you need. The first possibility is just pull your elbow, okay? Now watch your bottom leg. It's going to try to drop, but we don't want it to. We want to push. Now if you're adding on, you take that knee and you hook it to your elbow, but the bottom leg is actually more important than what I'm telling you to do with the top leg, because I don't want the knee to drag laterally towards the floor. So if you're not going to do the leg, that's just fine. That's the modification. Just do the arm. 8. Yeah, bottom leg is important. I like it. Yeah, add that ab crunch. That's really good. 9, that flexion. 10. We did it. Lower the hip. Let's hit the other side. It's going to be amazing. Setting us up for the weekend. Up. Now, the bottom leg is more important, even though I'm telling you pull the elbow to the knee. We just really want to make sure it does not drop. Make sure your head's not dropping to the floor as well. Gravity's trying to pull us down, so we're fighting gravity. Countering gravity. Good. 6. Crunch with those abs. 7. Good. 8. Now lower your hip and then take a moment. Very good. If you want to sit, grab it. If you want your roller for reverse plank, grab it too. We're going to do a reverse plank or a reverse table. So I'm going to show a few moves. You get to choose whichever one you want. The intention is the back body is strong, so that's one move. The other is that the calves or ankles go on the roller or the floor. As long as you micro bend the knees, that's the deal. Good. If this doesn't serve you, let's say you've got a wrist issue or whatever, you can do a bound angle. Micro bend the knees, soften the knees. 10. Another thing you can do is those booty lifts we did when we were on our back with the long leg bridges. 5, 4 as a modification. 3, 2, 1, lower. Really good. All right, now we've got this roller in front of us or the floor. Get ready. Roll down. Now, the modification is go up and down right here. If you want to go all the way down, bend your knees. Then exhale, press the roller out. And inhale, bend the knees. And press. And when you're ready and you're up, start with the knees bent. We're going to reverse that. Now, the modification is do baby ones or go all the way down and exhale, crunch. Long, exhale, crunch. Long, and exhale, crunch. Try to control the arms so they're not throwing forward. Crunch. Good. You can do that without the roller. I like it. 2 more. 1 more. Very good. And then come on over. Now this is going to be push-ups. You can do these on the wall if you don't like my options. There are a few options you could do here. One is like a table and you just bend the elbows. See how that's a lot easier? The other is on the wall, of course. And then the knees can come out. Now, make sure you don't just like throw yourself into a push-up where you're without form. So the ear's in line with the shoulder. You're making sure your low back does not get any more droopy or inwardly curved. So you really want to pull the pubic. Yeah, you're welcome to go to your toes. I'm just giving all these cues. Very good. Taking a couple sets of 10 to 15. I want you to find where you need to feel that challenge. Very good. Yep, and keep that low back lifted when you're down towards the floor. And so anywhere between 10 and 15, you get to regulate. And then we're going to take a breather into a child pose, most likely, or a puppy pose if your back doesn't like to, or if your knees don't like to bend that much. We are going to do a second set, and you know you can always mix up the variety. You could do table ones, you could do knee ones, you could do toe ones. So anywhere from 10 to 15. So your inhale bends you, and your exhale straightens you. Your inhale bends you, and your exhale straightens you. And bend and shoulder blades down the back. Your neck shouldn't feel any more crunchy. Try that pubic bone under cue again, Catherine, if you feel you're wrinkling in the low back. Yeah, really pull that pubic bone. Good, head pulls back. Good, I like that, Shereen, the way you're doing that child's pose. Good, pulling the head back, Pam, the whole time. Good, 4. You could do up to 10 to 15. Good, Marty. Head pulls back. Good, I like that way you're putting the down dogs in there, Shereen. 3 more for me. 2, find out where you feel like you can challenge. Recover. You can bend your elbows in this child's pose. And come back out to a forearm plank when you're ready. Let your forearms down. Curl the toes. Stay right here, or if you would like to add on, push forward through your toes, drop back through your heels, forward through your toes, drop back through your heels like you're going through a tube. And really pull the pubic bone under here if your low back's getting too arched. 4, I'm not saying, I'm just saying it if you feel like your low back's too arched. Good. 2. Now hold plank. Now this is not going to look any different, but I want you to think this is isometric. Pull your forearms towards your feet and your feet towards your forearms. Pull your ribs towards your pubic bone and your pubic bone towards your ribs. This is an isometric contraction. You should feel about 15 to 20% more work. 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, rest your pelvis. That was amazing. Now we're going to push your hands on the floor and go up. And exhale, lower. Now when you rest your head or your cheek, you're going to lift up both legs. Good. Lower and lift up your back and then let your hands assist you. And exhale, lower. This is a dynamic swan. Lift up your legs. Lower, lift up your back. Then your legs. And your back. And exhale. You can have the image of the bottom of a rocking chair or the bottom of a hobby horse. The next time you're up, stay up and hold. 10. Belly lifts. 9. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Shoulders are down. 2. Now lower yourself. Can you take interlace fingers at the low back? If not, just let the hands rest by your pelvis. Otherwise, lift up your torso, lift up your thighs, lift up your arms. Let the inhale lift you. Feel your glutes and your hamstrings strong. Feel your upper back strong. Breathing. The inhales are facilitating that extension. Lower and switch which hands on the outside. So just a minor adjustment. And now lift up your upper back. Lift up your torso. Lift up your thighs. And Catherine, you might be able to pull your head back just a little bit. See if that feels okay. Good. Catherine, good. Good, Jean. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Now this time, if you can bend your knees and hold on to your feet or ankles, there you go. Dhanurasana or bow or rocking. But if not, you can do one foot. We're going to do this twice. Or you could just go back to what I did, the Shalabhasana. So lift up. 10. Belly in. You're making sure you're not just cranking your low back into extension. 4. It's upper back. Chest. 3. Legs are strong. They're lifting you up. 2. Lower for a moment. Either grab your other leg or do that again. Inhale, lift. Belly pulls up. Neck is free. Your legs are strong. If you were to let go, your legs would kick out and up. So push strong. It's another isometric contraction. 5. Neck soft. No wrinkles in that neck. 2. And gracefully head back. You can do a child's pose with your toes curled under if you'd like. Especially during seasonal changes when you're wearing different shoes. Or if you were to wear sandals this week to go kayaking with manatees, your feet are all ready. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Downward dog. Spread out your hands, press your heels back, and just feel that gorgeous calf stretch, hamstring stretch. You can walk the dog. You can lift up both heels and lower. Spread out your shoulders, neck soft. If you can, lift up your toes. That's going to increase that stretch even more. 5, 4, hands push. 3, 2, and inhale. And exhale, shift into a plank. We'll let our right knee down and let our left arm open up. And open. Good, I love it. Lift up your heart, lift up your hip. The back of the foot can go behind you more. 5, 4, And lower. Now your left knee comes down, your right foot goes back, your right arm lifts up and hold. Lift up that heart. And then 1. Now we're going to take a child pose. Bend the elbows and just pat yourself on the back. And let yourself come back to a forearm side plank. If you'd like, grab a sip. Try to drink about 6 to 8 ounces per class. Just see how you're doing. This hand comes down on your thigh, this top hand. You're going to go up and over. So when you're ready, go up and over and lower. Inhale and exhale, up and over. It's like you're painting this most beautiful rainbow. You could even see, hey, can I touch the floor? Gorgeous. 4, looking good. 5, head back. 6, 7, aren't these beautiful? There's a stretch and a strength. I like those 8 exercises where you get to do 2 things like that. 9, 10. Wasn't that pretty? Let's go to the other side. Imagine you're painting this most beautiful rainbow. Elbow gets support. Hands on that thigh. Go up. Touch. Oh, good. That looks great too. And you see I'm never resting my hip on the ground. I'm working that top range. 4, but I'm not resting in between. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, belly down. We're going to do some fun swimming, which works the posterior oblique sling, which is the same sling we work when we walk and when we run. So we're going to take a wide arm position. Lift up your torso just a little, and then lift up your right arm and your left leg, and then your left arm and your right leg. Okay? Yeah. Now check your upper traps. They're not involved. Now if you want it harder, lift up your arms and legs and then continue to do that alternating with your limbs off the mat. It's almost like your belly's on a raft and you're in some water. You can even speed it up as a challenge. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let your hands be on the floor and come up to another Swan or Cobra. Good. I like it. Neck soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And then we're going to go to our side. Let your arm be a pillow. Take up both legs and feel your core up. If you want, put your hand here so you're even more engaged. You're more focused. The more focus you can put on the muscles you're firing, the better they fire, the better they contract. Now you notice you're controlling this on the way down. You're not just flopping. You're integrated in your rib to pelvis. Exhale. Exhale. Nice. Now if you want to make it a little harder, you can lift up your upper body too, kind of like you're making this banana or a smile. If that strains your neck, then you're going to stay on that first option. But notice I'm not twerking my body sideways. I'm trying to work in this lateral flexion. Good. Now, if you would like to try some banana boats, you can, which is sort of like you start laterally and then you come up to a teaser and then you come out sideways. Now, otherwise you can just do those double leg lifts up. And I'm just barely micro bending my knees. because the legs are such a long lever. Belly in. Isn't that really fun? Control it. Good. 2. And notice I'm not just flinging my arms wildly. I am controlling it. Come up, pause. Now we're going to do the other side. I just want to flip so I can see your pretty little faces. So we're going to take double leg lift first. Arm like a pillow. Now exhale, lift up. And here's your hand. If you like that tactile cue, feel that. Feel the belly pull in. There's no sagging underneath either. You have what I call an oblique window that you could put a little pencil here because you're lifting up away from the floor in towards the spine, and this is contracting. Now if I were to scan, I can see my toes in my peripheral. You're not letting them come behind you. You do not have any extra tension in your low back. If you tend towards low back tension, you might even bias that fold here in your hip so you can get out of, if you deviate then you're still in neutral, right? So making some room here. You could add up your upper body. Try to keep your hips sideways on that so your knees point forward. Whoop, it's hard, isn't it? Neck is soft. So if your neck is just really having a hard time, just focus on the lower body. Now can you add on 5 of these fabulous, most wonderful, amazing teasers? Act like you're on the cover of Pilates magazine and you're the advertisement. That's how graceful you are. Inhale. And exhale. And out. You're controlled. 2. Can the arms go any slower? And exhale. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now here you are. Sip if you'd like. We're going to be doing some rolls as a possibility. Okay, so this does take a little cushion, so I'm going to double up this mat, and if you want to, you can just do the balance part. I'll show you what I mean. So if you lift up your feet, you're balanced. See how you're on your booty? Good. Now you can hug your legs, and that's even harder because see how little that is? I'm going to come in this way. Hug. Now, if you're adding on, you go back to your shoulder blades, and then you pause and you try to hold. You go back. Now your legs are going to try to do what you do on a swing when you're a kid and you pump. You're not going to let that happen. If you need to, put a ball, here's my sweatshirt, put something here that makes you not be able to kick your legs. Hold on. Belly in. Good. Okay, if that went so well, then you're going to, and I'm going to double up my mat even more. You're going to do a clap, wrap, and tap. So it looks like this. Clap, tap the floor, wrap your feet. Now this is called the seal. You come up and you balance. Wait, let me move back. Otherwise you can just do a balancing pose where you hover or a bound angle. Inhale. If you're adding on cool moves to show everyone at Christmas, you can tap your feet 3 times here and back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now the next one is open leg rocker. I'm going to show you. Please know that you can bend your knees as a modification. Inhale and exhale. Woo! Christmas tricks. Inhale back. Exhale up. Good. Inhale back. Exhale up. You can also hold on to your ankles instead. 2 more of somethings. Inhale. 1 more. Good. And up. And now let your tush down. Now let your legs go wide. Now take your left hand on the inside, up with your other, and enjoy. Good. Letting all that go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now when you're ready, you can come to the other side, arm up and over, and 10, 9, 8, rolling that rib cage open, 7, 6, enjoy, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to go right down the middle. If your exhale, go down and tuck the chin or just soften the neck. Good, relax. Five, 4, 3, 2. We're going to take another inhale and exhale to come back up. Very good. And if your mat's like mine and kind of fold it up, you can take a moment to stretch it out. And we're going to shoot for a minute. If you need a sip, grab a sip. We're going to shoot for a minute roll down. Just do the best you can. And you know, it's my minute. I'm counting, so it's probably not an actual minute. It possibly could be longer. So, 1, 2, 3. Good. So I'm going to show different ways while I'm kind of counting with my fingers. The arms here is easier. The arms here is harder. So you see how you can manipulate this? Now, as I'm going down, if you imagine I'm a seesaw, I need more weight on this side of my fulcrum, so I'm going to put my legs out a little bit to counterpose, especially depending on how you're built, if you're heavier here or heavier here. So I'm heavier in my legs, so I'm kind of using that to my advantage here to put them longer. I'm keeping some knee flexion because I want my low back to be articulate, to be able to articulate well. Now, if you're heavier in the upper body and really light in the lower body, you're actually at a disadvantage. So you might put your hands down. So not disadvantage, it's just for this exercise. So you're using your levers. So notice how when it gets harder, I'm changing my levers. I'm putting my weight more on this side of the fulcrum. Pull, pull, pull. Yeah? Exhale. Good. Like I said, my minute could be longer. Like molasses on a cold winter day. Take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Full body stretch. Reach through one arm, reach through the other. Shift those legs past the other, which is a QL movement. Really good for your low back. Take your left foot on the floor, place your right ankle on your left thigh, kind of like a figure 4 here. Put your hands beside you. Now we're going to go up and down with a one-legged bridge. If you prefer to do this on the roller, you can. I'm going to just stay here. 3, 4. It's kind of like we're getting 2 things at once. 5, that little hip slight opener. 7, and we're also doing a leg lift for that booty. Now stay up and hold. 10, 9, 8, hips are level. 7, so my booty's working. A lot of you can get gluteal dysfunction, so we want that booty to work. Lower down, right foot on the floor, left ankle on that thigh. Lift up 10 times. Exhale. Keep the waist long. Good. Shireen 4, 7, 8. Good. 9. Now stay up. Keep the pelvis level. 5. Now lower the foot. You're up in a bridge. If you would like, lift up your heels. You see how my heel lifted? Yeah. Now leave your heels up and lower your booty up and down. And 2. I know, Shireen. Mine's thinking about cramping. I'm acting stoic and powering through, but it's thinking about cramping. There, past. 3, 2. Now, if that's going okay, lift your right leg up, stay up on your left toes, your left heel's off the floor, and do 10, 9, 8. Your heel's in the air. Breathing. All toes have weight, not just the pinky toe. Now leave the right foot down, lift up the left leg, and then up and down. Sometimes that pinky toe tries to take over. If you've ever sprained your ankle, about 90% of all sprains are inversion, and they kind of kick out to the lateral side. So you want to make sure you have all toes weighted. Even if anything, the first and second toe mound has more. Left foot comes down, inhale. Exhale, lower down and take your right ankle to your left thigh, and now we're going to stretch. So pull that leg in. This is a great chance to make some really big ankle rolls. 10 each way is what I'm going to offer. If you're in your feeling mind, just do it till it feels good. About 10 point flexes. We want to have mobile ankles and good working feet and springy fascia like a gazelle. Now we're going to add toe spread. So spread the toes and then crunch them. Toes spread and crunch. And you notice I just sprinkle in a lot of these feet exercises. Crunch. They do so much for us, and they don't typically get a lot of attention. So I like to sprinkle them in most classes. So we have good balance, we have good arches. That helps line our bones up better. That helps better wear and tear. And now just concentrate on that hip for about 5 more counts. Woo! All right, let's try the other side. Ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through that window, and we'll do those little ankle rolls here. The other way, about 10. Still try to focus on that hip relaxing. You can point and flex for about 10. Spread those toes and then crunch them. Spread those toes, crunch them. And this is a chance where if your toes don't spread well, use your hand to help. The flexibility of the foot's really good. If they're rigid and you can't move them, it's really hard to correct. But if you're still flexible there, we can help decrease that decline. So spread out with your fingers if you need to. Crunch. Spread out, crunch. Spread out, and then just relax your hip again for another slow 5 count. And then relax. You're going to take one of 2 quad stretches. It could be that you lie on your side and peel your foot back, or I love the roller one, or the being on your floor and doing this same thing. So I want you to find what one works for you. This is the other pull the rib down, pubic bone under. Sideways is just fine, yeah. Ooh. Feel that breath go really low, and that way you're helping at a secondary stretch. So let's say psoas and rectus femoris, the hip flexors here, right here, you're just feeling that open, pulling your ribs down, pulling the pubic bone up. A little lateral deviation is nice, or movement, because then you can kind of access that TFL, that tensor fascia lata right here. Breathing. All right. Let's take that one out and do the other. Now you could be on your other side if you'd like. Pull that rib down, those ribs down, pull the pubic bone up. Good. Yeah, let your bottom arm be a pillow so your neck is really, you can fold your bottom arm if you'd like and put it under your head if you're on your side. Let your breath go low in the diaphragm. Not only is that going to help those areas stretch, but it's going to also help us tap into parasympathetic calming, restorative rejuvenation. We need to do that to offset all the times that we're accidentally in sympathetic during our day. And of course, the ultimate goal would be to not be so much in sympathetic system, so that we change our perception of the perceived stressors don't perturb us as much. But we're human, and so we're going to use this time to tap into our parasympathetic system for healing. To create a new baseline of calm, the nervous system will fire better in the calm, the muscles, joints less tense. Mind is more creative in a calm state versus a reactive state. And let that out when you're ready. And I'm going to roll off gracefully. Good. Now I want you to just take a moment to rest. You can put your feet up. You can just rest. I want you to just let the body assimilate all that we've done. Let your body feel all the benefits of having relieved physical tensions. The reason that people started doing yoga in the first place is to relieve physical tensions of the body so that they could actually sit long enough to clear the mind. So right now we're just going to be appreciative for that feeling and of rest in our body, that the nervous system's been cared for. Thankful for our immunity, the lymph nodes. We just pumped all those areas around the lymph nodes for good immunity. Our happy hormones are elevated. The mind is calmer. The breath is easier. And we're letting our body know this is our homeostasis. This is our truer state. Now, whenever you're ready, you can let your eyes, your fingers and toes wiggle and start coming back into a seated position. Lift up through your spine and just bring your hands to your heart and get in touch with how that feeling of calm is, so that you know that whenever you feel slightly unregulated or uncalibrated, you can come back to that state of calm a little easier, having made contact with it just now. And a few deliberate breaths is a great way to come back in that state of calm, because you deserve to feel wonderful. Just take a moment to notice how that feels, so that anytime you deviate, you know you have a few tools in your toolbox to come back to that state of calm. We're going to intend this state of calm and to feel good for the rest of the day. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes open with so much care. Have a great Christmas, you guys. Have a great Christmas, y'all. I won't see you tomorrow, but there will be videos up on the YouTube if you want to see something, or if you just want to send me a text, say happy Christmas. Bye, guys. Happy Christmas. Bye.